Pow Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pow number 19, and I am back into the track. Like always, we're going to dive into love the community, then talk about how SwissBorg network is flourishing on a daily basis with the SwissBorg Thematics, with a revamp of that, the hero score, explain a little bit more, and last but not least, talk about the lifetime opportunity to get into XBorg, its first private rounds, the first alpha opportunity that we're actually bringing into the SwissBorg ecosystem. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. Question of the week: do the points accumulate for the season, stay for the next one, or it starts again only with premium loyal points and holding points? So thank you, Gladianus, about this question about the hero score. I guess have a lot of different questions. Essentially, we reset the scores every week in order to build the season. At the end of the season, well, essentially, you'll have your score, then you'll get into a new season. So it's always a new way to restart and boost your hero score. But talking about hero score, we're going to dive more into the way of how it's scored, and we'll talk about this right after. Community member of the week, I wanted to talk about Daniel or Percula, of course, that has been already mentioned in the powwow as a great community of the week, but we're very excited to welcome him on the team of the moderation and Discord, and this is very important. So glad that you're here. We love you as a fish, and even more with the green laser eyes. Next community events happening actually this Thursday, and I'll be attending it. Hopefully we'll have actually some good hopefully we'll have some sun so that we'll be able to go on the terrace. So whoever you are, please come in. The only way to get in, though, is to be premium in the app. So people will be checking at the door to make sure that you are premium. If you want to bring a non-premium friend, you could bring just one and make sure that he or she at the end of this event will hopefully turn into a wonderful green laser eyes. Talking about next community events, I am extremely, exactly like I was saying, he has some goosebumps, and me too, because we're going to have our next community event happening on June 20th in Lausanne, a town hall meeting, which I think we all were expecting for a lot of times. We'll be able to give you some updates about what has happened in the first semester, and as well talk about H2, talk about new things about how SwissBorg, we're going to unveil our roadmap and talk about how we as a community could grow from that and how we can decentralize more and more the SwissBorg ecosystem. This is really what it's all about. Of course, about the CHSB token and many more things just to mingle and have a good time all together. Again, I repeat, this is June 20th. The tickets will come out. The only problem is that the theater, which is a beautiful casino, a former casino, Montbenon in Lausanne, will be taking place. There's only 270 seats. So hopefully we'll be able to gather a lot of people, but not too much. Let's now get to the news of the week. But before that, check out this beautiful new t-shirt that is 7 layers about the cyborg. I really like it. I hope you guys like it. I think so. This is going to be the new collection. It's a little bit different. It's not like a t-shirt. It's like a little bit more glowy. So it's great for sports, running, and maybe like some dancing, whatever. Anyways, I like it very much. Hope you guys do. It will be available in the shop anytime soon. Let's talk about the news of the week. I think so. Things are getting a little bit crazy regarding the meme revolution. There's Pepe and so many more. A lot of people are now using BRC20. So we remember back in the days, there was some tokens that were on the Bitcoin core protocol. There was very few of those. But now with the BRC, the new updates, there's a possibility to use essentially the blockchain of Bitcoin to essentially create smart contracts and tokens. They've done this for the NFTs, and now they're doing it for different tokens. So they're seeing more and more different tokens being implemented on that. I don't think so. This is a long-term play, probably just a short-term fad for now, because essentially Bitcoin's protocol hasn't been built to be used as a blockchain itself. It's being used for essentially doing what it's done, but who knows? Maybe then these guys are going to go in Lightning, and maybe this is going to be a new way to have different token economies on the Bitcoin protocol, or at least the Lightning protocol. Regarding that, what is very interesting is that Solana is coming back with their phones. The Saga orders are now open for public. I personally already saw some phones in Zug, which is essentially a great phone that is powered by Solana. And the big difference is that you're not only able to transact on Solana blockchain in an easy way, but they're building essentially like iOS or Google store. There is like a Solana store where you could freely do whatever you want. So like if all the, a lot of games, even SwissBorg sometimes had some problem with iOS and other, Coinbase that had problem with iOS. Well, now with Solana, they believe that it'll be a store where you'll be able to essentially build any type of games, any type of essentially Web3 applications on Solana, and it'll be distributed via their hardware Saga. So I think so it's really, really cool. For that reasons, they have had different drops with the X NFTs, with the backpack and Mad Lads. So I think so this is something very, very interesting to see. And glad that Solana is coming back from the graveyards. Talking about scalability in blockchains, there's as well, as we could see here, Momoka. It's a layer 3 that it's done by Aave, and the idea here is to essentially be able to scale all the dApps on Lens, because even the Polygon was not good enough. So essentially Aave's doing its own layer 3 in order to be more scalable. So we'll be looking into it and see how this could really empower the different dApps that are on Lens protocol. Talking about markets, a lot of people are trying to figure out where are we heading. It looked like we were playing around the 30,000 resistance. We didn't really break it through the last 3 weeks. And now we're playing ranging between 27 and 30 and playing back and forth. What we're witnessing, which is clear, is that very similar to what happened in November, there's actually low liquidity. And you can see it right here, unfortunately. And essentially when there's low volatility and there's a very big amount of, let's say, Bitcoin here that were quite illiquid. So people are having on storage that are not on exchanges and they're not being trading for some time. We see that there's not a lot of ways to bring liquidity yet in the market. And that has a lot of factor coming from, well, right now it's a very uncertain time. FTX is no more in the game. And we're trying to figure out are we going to the next bull cycle? Or are we going to a stagnated model? Or are we going back to a bear market? And the funny story about this is that actually this could be triggered by a very small amount of events. It could be macro, it could be just a few players. And essentially what you'd have to be doing right now is rather ranging and trading. And like whenever you get to 30, you sell, or 29 something on Bitcoin, you sell, you buy back at 27. Or you should be doing DCA all the time. And for that, I think so we have good news at SwissBorg. Announcement of the week. This is the big one. As you guys know, the first alpha opportunity will be for XBorg, and I'm very excited about being able to offer a private sale of the XBG token seed round. This is something that is really great. And for this, we have our wonderful Louis, the founder of XBorg, that's all going to talk about this great opportunity and how these different vaults are going to play. Back to you, Louis.
Hey everyone, it's Louis, the founder of XBorg, and today I'm really excited to present the first SwissBorg Alpha opportunity, which is coming to the app just next week. And it's none other than an early stage investment rounds in the XBG token, which is the utility token of XBorg. So you see, usually what happens in crypto is that retail investors, so most likely people just like you and me, only get to invest in a project as the token launches. And of course, as the token launches, the valuation is way higher than during private rounds when the token is sold before the launch. But today we're trying to change things and change this paradigm that is well known in crypto and allowing certain SwissBorg users to invest in the XBG token at a very early stage, just like VCs and business angels. Now you have to know that this opportunity is very limited, as only $1.1 million in equivalent of XBG token will be offered for sale on the SwissBorg app. And we're very happy to see that investors' interest so far have cumulated to over $6 million span across 7.5 thousand investors. So the opportunities that you'll see on the SwissBorg app actually won't be guaranteed, and it will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. So at this stage, you might be wondering how and when can I invest in this opportunity? So this opportunity is split into what we call vaults, and those vaults have different eligibility criteria. So you have the public vaults, where everyone can participate. You have the Series A vaults, Genesis, and the premium vaults. You have to know that, of course, you can't participate in those vaults if you're not eligible. So only Series A investors will be able to participate in the partner vaults, etc. You also have different subscription currencies. So for the public vaults, it's the CHSB, and for the other vaults, it's USDC. And that it's actually starting very soon, as early as next week. So on Monday, the 15th of May at 2 p.m. CT. And at this time, the public vaults will be open. Now, you also have to understand that those vaults will only be open for 24 hours. So you have to be quite fast, not only to just, get on the app, but to secure an allocation. And every 2 days, a new vault opens. So next Wednesday, we have the partner vaults. And then next Friday, we have the Genesis vaults. And the Monday after, we'll have the premium vaults. Also, make sure to update the app, as it will be a new version of the app that will be released. And make sure to have CHSB and USDC ready in your wallet as the vaults open. Also, you have to note that it's not because it's an early stage opportunity that there is guaranteed returns. So it's not financial advice. Invest only money that you're willing to lose and invest at your own risk. In any case, for any questions that you have relative to whether it is XBorg or the token sale, you can head over to our Discord server. Also find additional information on xborg.com/seedround. So thank you so much for listening, and we speak soon, and hopefully you get a chance to take part very early stage in our ecosystem.
Thematics simplified fees. So the idea here is to really boost the thematics in order to not have any more high entry or exit barriers. The idea here is to be as well, have a free way to rebalance essentially the thematics, I think so. And I think so have a simple, transparent, and predictable subscription model. So this is something that's going to be completely new. For now, we have obviously seen that there are some people that are really enjoying the thematics. I am personally, at least, for sure. And hopefully this will enable more people to come into thematics and really to enjoy this way to freely, automatically get into the best blockchains, and hopefully more themes to be developed in the soon and coming soon. Meet the Cyborgs. As you guys have participated into the fundraise, you are about to build your digital identity with SwissBorg. And for this, there's already 2,000 people that have sent their wallets. If you want to participate and get this free Cyborg, which is the SwissBorg official Web3 identity, I really encourage you guys to please submit your wallets. Your wallets will have to come from any type of non-custodial wallets. It couldn't be SwissBorg wallet. It could come from Coinbase wallet, for example, MetaMask, or other ones. And then you'll be able to participate to the free minting. You'll need to have some Ether in that wallet, so you'll need to pay the gas fees. But all the rest is covered by SwissBorg. And looking forward to have you guys have this wonderful Cyborg collection. Hero score. So what is the hero score? When is the weekly reset for the hero score? And how are points calculated? And for this, I think so the best thing is actually to go on our blog of SwissBorg, which is translated, by the way, in English, French, and German. And what is the hero score? It's not a game. It just enables us to learn how to become wealthier, how we could essentially build these healthy habits that becomes a wealthy returns on the long run. This is what it is. Essentially, it's an individual score that enables you to get better at what you're doing, which is investing, and which is very, very important. And for that, this is how things are calculated. A lot of people came to me like, oh, well, I don't have a good score. This is how you get a good score. So what you have to do here is that if you have a very big amount of CHSB, well, then you could earn up to 100 essentially points. Then what you really need to do is always have a net flow, positive. So that means if you essentially are selling some more, like if this week you're selling CHSB, you're selling like, for example, 1,000 CHSB and only buying back 500 CHSB, well, that means you're a minus of essentially 500 CHSB, okay? And that's calculated that you have minus 5 points for essentially every CHSB that you sold. On the opposite, if you accumulate CHSB, well, essentially you're getting a better hero score for that, okay? Then it's based on as well the premium tier. So the better the premium tier, the higher you get points. So up to 100 points there. If you essentially be able to earn passively with the different earn strategies that you have, you earn essentially points there. The earn net flow is very important. It earns subscribe minus the redeem on a weekly basis again. So if you're essentially contributing more, then you are able to get more points. The thematic as well, this is a good way. And the more you're investing in the thematics, essentially the higher the points you'll be getting. Again, about the net flow and the top-ups, which again, enables you to DCA and do other great things, how to manage your wealth. And so this is something very important. And last but not least is the time. And lifetime is based on how long you've been into essentially the ecosystem. And the last is how long you've been premium. So this is pretty much what it is. It's a 10 weeks competition. Every week it's essentially on Sunday, the hero score is updated, and it's given. And then you have another week and you see every week essentially how much you're making in terms of score. So this is how it's been built. Obviously, this is a learning process. Again, I invite all of you to go on the blog. This is where it's the easiest. You can check it here down in the video. And if it's not in the video, guys, just please someone share it in the comments. It'll be great. And yeah, it really is the journey. And I hope you're going to enjoy that journey. Charts of the week. Things are quite interesting to say. We're seeing that a lot of people are always accumulating essentially Bitcoin, essentially and through the app when Bitcoin is pumping. And that is a completely natural human being type of behavior. But what we obviously recommend is to do the opposite. It is to pump, to buy when things are falling. Usually that's where what we should be doing. It's very hard to do that. For that reason, Auto Invest is about to be launched, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. CHSB and some data. Crazy week. Over 1,171 premium holders, which is crazy. Some of them were upgrades, but most of them came from the fundraise. Some people got like the possibility to buy some equity and now are premium. A lot of people came in because the price was essentially cheaper. So there was that mechanism of saying, okay, now I want to become premium. Some people as well became premium because they unlocked their yield from CHSB and now became premium. So overall, this is a really great one. And we see that the CHSB stake is quite high as well, 208 million, which is great. And if you think about it, some time ago, we're only at 200 million. So that's a nice increase of 4%. What I love to see here is as well that we are close to 151,000. Hopefully that will happen next week of CHSB token holders in our wonderful app. Which brings us to the community index. Cast your score. Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Actually, it is unfortunately a bad one. Actually, 4.2. Pretty much similar to last week. Just the app activity has dropped. And social media too. Though we had a lot of different videos, it's hard to understand. And I really want again to congratulate Danny and Benji for last week's video. It was a really, really cool one. The protect and choose was something beautifully done. So congrats to you guys. Wonderful Bulgars. I really want to thank for what has happened last Saturday in Montpellier. I went to the Ruby Chain conference, which was amazing. Many burgers there. It was really good to see people and the vibe in Montpellier. That's a really growing one despite the markets and despite the fact that we're not yet in a bull run. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and thanks for all the ones who came to it. Thank as well Hugo. It's his wonderful t-shirt. This looks really neat. I really like it. Definitely going to be using it while I'm going to be running. And for this powwow, I think so. I'm really glad that essentially we have enrolled into the hero score. I'm very fascinated to see how this is going to make us, again, choose the right habits. Internal within SwissBorg, I've been trying out 2 different features that you guys are going to love. I can't talk about it, but it's going to be, people are going to be enrolled slowly by slowly to make sure that this is scalable, of course, and that everything works. And for that, I'm very, very excited. I hope that you guys as well enjoyed Alex last week. I think so. Alex has brought a lot of great things into the powwow. And for that, let's ask Alex to run a show, at least a weekly. We're sad that Kryptonite's no more on. What should Alex be doing? I think so. It'll be great to give him some love there, and that'll bring him some courage to bring something new to the community. As always, guys, be wealthy, be healthy, love our CHSB and our equity. Take care, Borgers. Bye.
Through SwissBorg, all assets will have a fiat gateway. And here is the thing.
Premium features gives you 0 fee trading.
It's an amazing fiat gateway.